Every once in a while, Magic Online throws us a bone with a high stakes vintage action with a qualifier event. Thousands of dollars in prizes and RC invites on the line. You're not going to want to miss 7 rounds of vintage. Welcome, vintage gamers, to the big once-a-season tournament. Not always the case. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 0. We have a vintage qualifier. Also, I would just call it a vintage RCQ. This tournament used to be a vintage PTQ, which is how I qualified for the Pro Tour a couple times on Magic Online. Now, it is, a 100-something player tournament. You need qualifier points to enter, and the top 2 players get invites to their region's regional championship. Basically, the only way I'll probably queue for the PT anymore, besides maybe a Mox invite. So I am interested in trying to win this event. It's nice to have a nice high stakes vintage tournament on Magic Online. So exciting, 100-something player. Probably it'll be a 7-round event today, and I am going to play Oath. That's probably not a surprise to very many people. I think that Oath is incredibly well positioned because of the fact that Lurrus Saga is the dominant metagame player, and the current version of Lurrus Saga does not contain white. It is only blue and black, so it does not get to play Containment Priest and Seal of Cleansing and all of the versatility that white has to offer. I think this deck crushes that deck. If I ever had to choose a deck to beat Blue-Black Lurrus Saga, this would be the one. One of the biggest problems this deck runs into is Jewel. Jewel can be a pretty problematic matchup, but if you just sideboard in a coherent manner where you're turning yourself off of Show and Tell and into a control deck and bring in a bunch of Null Rods, I think the matchup is totally manageable, even to the point where I felt like I was maybe slightly favored or 50-50 against the matchup. Anything else? Mono White Initiative is on the downturn. Well, lots of decks are on the downturn as Lurrus Saga stays atop the metagame. I think Lurrus Saga is the best deck of the format. It's a very good deck. It's very strong. I think it's still slightly overrated to the point where, people are calling for a restriction for it, which is it's pretty close to warranted now, numbers-wise. I can do a video on that at some point, but for me personally, I don't really think the Lurrus Saga deck is that good. And I've been talking to some people, powerful control mages, that are not super happy with that deck. I don't know. It's hard to say. People really think Jewel is broken. And Jewel, I think, is just a huge bait. I don't think that Jewel deck is good at all. It wins, and it definitely wins. So I guess you could say it's good in that sense. But I think that deck is easily the most exploitable deck in the format, besides Dredge or something like that. So both are boring to be. Boring is just someone's opinion. I find Jewel to be boring, but I don't really find Lurrus Saga to be boring. But I also want to play more combo. So it's that doesn't really matter. I can tell you right now that I know that this deck is favored versus Blue-Black Lurrus Saga. I know that to be a fact. And maybe the data doesn't show that. But the amount of testing I put in with Oath, I know that this deck is favored versus Blue-Black Lurrus Saga. The question is, can I beat the rest of the format? And also the question is, can I beat myself? This deck has inherent variance because it's not a Ponder cantripping deck. So that's just something to consider as well. Anything else I want to talk about? Hopefully y'all enjoyed the hour recap I did on the format. If you haven't checked that out, it's a good place to learn about the decks that are currently being played. I put it out because I was mostly sure that I don't think Modern Horizons 3 will have the impact people think it may have. A lot of the impact of the previous Modern Horizons sets came from the free cycle, the forces in Modern Horizons 1 and the elementals in Modern Horizons 2. And in this set, the force cycle is going to be very hard to use. Sacrificing a non-token creature is not an easy cost for any deck. And anyone telling you otherwise is lying to you. So, especially because it's not a turn 0 play. So I am pretty confident that the meta won't shake up as much as before. I could always be wrong. There's hundreds of unspoiled cards. There could be something in there. There could be a blue root wallet in there, and then maybe everything goes to shit. So who knows? But I also had some problems on the Wednesday night stream, so I wanted to upload a video on Friday because I didn't have a good video to upload. Since then, I've sold all my Future Sight cards. I would probably not recommend owning future sight cards on Magic Online. You can check out the MTGO forums and bug reports to find more information about that. And anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully I'll do well tonight. There are some wrinkles in this, in that I have been playing a TFT tournament all weekend. I was able to get into a TFT tournament, and that was a 400-person event that cut down to 200 after the first day, and I snuck into day 2, and then it cut down to 64 after the second day, and I actually finished 9th on the second day. So I'm entering day 3 of a 64-player TFT tournament for a 5K plus pro qualifying spots, and that happens in 6 hours. So I don't exactly know what that means for me in terms of this stream. You might end up seeing replays of later rounds if we're doing really well, or if I take 2 losses, maybe we drop early. We're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, let's focus up, try to win some matches of Magic. I am doing my Daybreak Creator giveaways this stream. So for the first 5 matches that I win on this stream, I will give away Playpoint codes to Twitch chat. I might find more creative ways to give away these codes in later months. I think we'll have more for later months, but for May, this stream plus whatever leftover codes, we'll figure that out when it happens. So I will see you in round 1. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, round 1, vintage RCQ with Oath. I haven't played too much Oath practice. It's more of a conceptual metagame call. But I put a lot of practice into this Oath deck around the time of Eternal Weekend, where we top-8'd in Europe. Oath was definitely not the choice I should have made for America, but I didn't realize that everyone would switch to Containment Priest so fast. We're up against not Lurrus. I mean, I have a Force and I have a turn 1 Oath, so we'll keep... Don't have an Orchard, though, so we can't turn on Oath right away. So we'll have to see what opponent does. It's been really interesting to watch the vintage metagame, and I don't really think that the numbers are to a point where I would want a restriction, but people seem to crave the stack and want to be dominated by Doomsday, so who knows? Mull? Nah, I don't want to mull this, especially against non-Lurrus. Probe. The only deck this hand is bad against is Jewel. I'm not mulliganing this hand. Well, now they're not going to play a creature, but Strip Mine, Mox Jet. Strip Mine, Mox Jet, no Lurrus? Soul Ring. Is it just Jewel then? Yeah, Probe, so it can't be Shops. Tinker, great. All right, I will... Do I want to deploy an Oath, or do I want to hide my land and just Tinker on the second turn? I'll just hide my land. It seems like it's Jewel, right? It's not a good matchup to start with, but Jewel had a very, very good challenge yesterday, so... Pass? Interesting. I don't really get it, but... Yeah, I mean, I'm just a Jewel hater. I don't have any respect for that deck, but... All right, I'm gonna jam a Tinker. I don't really feel like waiting does anything good for me here, and they're missing land drops, and they don't know about Tinker, and seems great. Negation pitching misstep. Force pitching. Negation pitching misstep? I don't know what they're playing. I'm not 100% confident that I want to pitch this show and tell, but I also guess I'm getting wastelanded, so... Oh, maybe I should have gotten an underground sea because I was sacking my jet. That might have been a mistake. I thought I would want to... Yeah. Okay, we gotta wake up. All right, I'm gonna get Citadel here, and I'm gonna hope that wins the game. Let's see what happens. Land drop. Show and tell. Jesus. It can't be Jewel, right? Could they be a Tinker deck and have their own Citadel? I can brick at any time. Not thrilled about this outcome. I guess it does put an oath into play, but it doesn't matter really. Man, I'm real out of practice. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. If I knew what my opponent was playing, I'd feel a little bit better, but I just have no idea. They're blue with Soul Ring, no Lurrus, no blue mana at the moment. I'm gonna pass. If nothing happens, I just draw a blue card and I have force up. So I think it's fine. It could be bug. All right, flash. All right, we'll pay 2 life to get that card off the top, and then we'll cast Atraxa and win the game. All right, cool. All right, I think we're in a great spot now. Ooh, they're forcing the flash. Pitching Ancestral Recall? Sure. Yeah. I mean, this has got to be bug. Well, no, it can't be bug. There's a Soul Ring. My opponent showed us restricted card, restricted card, restricted card, restricted card, restricted card, restricted card, force, force. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't draw an island, right? What's up, Feaster? I mean, I think I do a good job on this channel in channeling improvement in your game. So if it's an Oath Mirror, I'm so happy I didn't play Show and Tell. It could be an Oath Mirror. That's very valid. I'm very happy I didn't play Show and Tell off of my Citadel if that's the case. I think Mind Break Trap makes sense. I'm not convinced that Null Rod will... I'm only going to bring in Null Rod when I know it helps me more than it hurts me. I don't know for sure that that's the case here. I think it's just Mind Break Trap comes in, and... I don't play Soul Ring, but I have seen people play Soul Ring. I mean, like, there's a lot of ways you can build this Oath deck. Like, I play Lotus Petal. People don't play Lotus Petal. What do I want to cut? Well, if I think it's an Oath Mirror, I want to cut an Oath. I don't really have cards for an Oath Mirror. I mean, we can probably get away with cutting an Oath no matter what. Like, are they really putting creatures into play if they played Ancestral, Soul Ring, Strip Mine, Negation? Like, probably not. I'll just take out the pedal. Oath on turn 2 with an Orchard, Tinker, and Vamp Tutor. That's certainly a bunch of options. I'm down. Seems fine. It's not like the best hand, but I keep drawing these hands that have 4 lands, so. All right. See what opponent has for us. I mean, if they combo kill us, they combo kill us. We don't have a lot of recourse there, but I think that's okay. Is it an ancestral hand? It's not. It's a time walk. All right. Well, we technically have Vamp, Lotus, Oath, Time Walk. So it's Saga Gaming. I don't think that's a good play, though. I kind of just like Vamp Force. But I guess I get spell pierced. I don't really want to pitch any of these cards to force. I think I like Vamp, Mana Crypt, Oath, Time Walk, Tinker. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go for here. Because that gives me the mana to do an Oath Time Walk play and a thing to tinker off of. Sequencing here is a little awkward because I need to play an Orchard to play the Oath. And I probably want to play the Oath first to play around Spell Pierce. Maybe I bait the Spell Pierce on a Mana Crypt. And then I can slam Oath too. Can't beat Flusterstorm, right? So I might as well just beat Spell Pierce. Resolves. Time Walk. Spell Pierce. Flusterstorm then. Okay. Oh, they're white? So is it Esper Saga? Huh. Okay. Esper Saga, Initiative Tinker or something, maybe? It means I can get like Fragmentized or Seal of Cleansing or something. I have a Beseiju as well, so I can't really get like caged. They have to answer Oath, and I have a Tinker coming. It'll be a question of do I play around a second Flusterstorm with this Tinker though? Tapping. This is gonna be a Seal of Cleansing. Containment Priest. Containment Priest is pretty good here. Tinker? Monastery Mentor. Okay. So they are Esper Tinker. Interesting. Oh, Black Lotus. Okay. All right. You're cooking. Looks like we're going to get an Oath trigger. Do they have a Containment Priest? Nope. All right. I'll take an Atraxa. Reveal my top 10. They have swords, I guess. Okay, they have swords. Do I want to use my 1 green now to kill this Saga? Saves me a green, or saves me a thing. The problem is then it turns on Flusterstorm, right? So I think I don't. Because they can go get a blue land. I will take Force of Will, Mox Emerald, Gataxian Probe, and Oko, and I don't think I need a show and tell. Done. I mean, how do we lose from here? I guess our Tinker Citadel bricks and then we die to Mentor. That's how we lose from here. We can just Oko Mentor though. I mean, we could still die to Mentor tokens. They just cast a bunch of spells or something. I see. Bro, what am I doing with this? I think we just tinker for a Citadel to start. And then we go from there. Yogwill wins it with a time walk. I think we'll cycle for 2. What are their cards? They have Second Swords and Vamp. See, if we Besage them, they get to Vamp. Now, here's the Yogwill. All right, so the Yogwill should do it here. What else can we do with this Yogwill? Anything? Since he stopped. I think I want an attacker this turn. All right, so I'm just... I guess none of this technically will win the game, right? Unless I play an Oko. No, that's not going to win the game either. I don't think there's a way I can win a game because I can only deal 17, right? Oh, there's no... Where's my emerald? Is it in my hand or something? Oh, it's in play. That's kind of bad. I should have made green mana off of my Lotus then. Because I wanted to Besage this and mentor the turn off this mentor. I mean, I don't think it matters that much, but it's probably fine. I can steal the mentor next turn if I want. I already cast the time walk, but I can't win the game is what I'm trying to say. The time walk was in my yard, so... I don't need another oath trigger here. I'm just gonna steal the mentor and Besage the Urza Saga, and that's how I'm gonna play this game out. All right, they're off it. I'm gonna Besage you. I'll let them vamp or swords at the end step. I'll Flusterstorm that. I'm gonna make mentor tokens, and then I'll just beat them with a lifelink flyer, and it's fine. There was like no way to get a Citadel activation before my Yogwill, so I couldn't like 20 them. I could obviously activate Citadel now, and I can 10 them, but it's like not good enough, right? So I might as well just take away their 2 ways to win the game, keeping in Atraxa in play, and then fill my hand entirely with counter spells. I shouldn't have kept this oath. I just miscounted. It should have been another blue card. I didn't play like the super clean, but it was good enough. Okay, welcome to round 2, Vintage RCQ. We are up against Musasabi, Powerful Wizard. I'm going to keep this hand. I think they're going to be on Lurrus Saga as well, which... Oh, I guess they're not on Lurrus Saga? They're not on Lurrus Saga. All right. Hopefully not on Jewel. Okay, they're not on... Well, hopefully they're not on Doomsday. Doomsday is another tough matchup for my deck. I don't like the Doomsday matchup very much. Yeah, I wish we would have that conversation more, Van, but it doesn't seem like people are interested in that conversation, which is like just another one of the inherent biases of Eternal Magic communities, right? Old cards are sacred, which is like definitely partially fair because that's kind of the point of Eternal formats. So my opponent is not on Lurrus, and they are on Wasteland. Is it bug then? I'm going to hold here. I think I'm going to hold here and see what happens. Is the prize of that proxy vintage tournament real? Are you talking about NYSE? NYSE is a $500 entry fee, real power for prizes event. You can play with proxies, but the prizes are real, which is why it's a super high entry cost. As for the other things in the screen, I don't know the answer to what. I just advertise local vintage events when I can so that people will go to them. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play this Lotus Petal out. It kind of shows what we're doing, but gives us more. I'm just gonna play this Lotus Petal out. Will I be at the land run? The land run is not looking like it's going to happen. Just because it was really hard for me to get a reasonable travel plan to Oklahoma City. Like it would cost me as much as it would to fly to Italy and play a Four Seasons. So I just couldn't. It is bug. Oh, it's Oath? No, it could be. I guess it's Oath or bug. I see. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna force this Oko as it's the most important card. Pitching Show and Tell. I guess Show and Tell shows what we're on, but it's a good thing I didn't play Oath though, because if they had a Forbidden Orchard, we would just lose. If I have a Forbidden Orchard now, that would be good. All right, I'm gonna play my own Oko. Yeah, so like I really wanted to go to the land run. I just don't think it'll happen this year. Maybe some other time, but I don't know. If I have to spend my money to go somewhere, I would much rather go to Four Seasons. So I guess this technically puts me at risk of running into an opposing Oath. But I mean, okay, so it is a mirror here, and I don't have an Atraxa in my hand for a Show and Tell. It's really bad for me. It's really bad for me. I guess if they put an Atraxa in play, I can put an Oath in play, and then if they don't have an Orchard, I can get my own Atraxa, and then I can Oko their Atraxa. So maybe we're actually cooking here. And they used the Besiju as a land. So maybe we actually have chances. Sorry, I'm going to have to focus up and stop talking to chat about other things because this is going to be tough. Oath mirrors are extremely hard to navigate. Okay, I can't counter Show and Tell. Show and Tell resolves. They're going to put Atraxa into play. I'm going to put Oath of Druids into play. So they are going to get an Atraxa trigger plus 2 cards in hand. And we have Oko and Oath and Time Walk. They hit Atraxa, Force, Flash, Jet. Okay. Interesting. That's a lot of instants. There's a Planeswalker, though. There's a Narset. They have forces, though. So Force, Jet, Narset, Show, Atraxa. Force, Jet, Narset, Show, Atraxa. Okay. I mean, they could still be holding Orchard though, right? Oh, they had second Besiju. Wow, second Besiju. That's crazy. It's fine. Like they still I guess they have show Atraxa, so we have to top deck something good here. Because we can turn off their Atraxa, but they still have another show and Atraxa. But we resolved an Oko. It's really big in this matchup, so... Oath is a good draw. Show is a terrible draw. I am going to cast Time Walk to try to draw. What I want to draw is my own Atraxa, so that when they show, I can put an Atraxa in play. Because I can't resolve anything because they have Force, right? Maybe I'll bait their Force with a Flash. I guess I should have done that first. Shit. I didn't really think about that, but I should have done that. Ah, Justin. You're so bad. I should have baited this. Oh, well. I made that. That was a bad mistake. Yes, I should have led with Flash here, baited their Force, and then Time Walked. Stupid play. All right. We got to push forward here. I mean, it's really hard to answer an Oko in the main. It's extremely hard to answer an Oko in the main. You have to get your own Oko, but I guess a show and tell will give them their own Oko, right? So. Ruby. They only have one blue and one green source. Show. I got nothing. So I can't even bait with Flash anyways now. It's really bad for me. All right. Orchard, Ancestral, Oath. Ah, we're dead. That's a sick hit. All right. I didn't play this game perfectly, but I'm not really sure that we would have won if I had played better anyways. Ancestral, Oath, Island, Sapphire, Oko. Wait, they took Island? Really? Shouldn't they take Orchard? Oh, I guess they get their own Oko now, so it's just doomed. Because I won't even be able to attack my Oko. They'll attack me for 6 or 9. Okay, we're just dead here. I think that in that case, they should... I guess if they don't have a Force now. We know they have no Force. Oh, I guess they have one unknown. Wait, how do they have 5 cards in here? Whatever. If we draw an Atraxa here, we might have a chance. We are going to lose our Oko, though, unless we draw an Atraxa. Probe. I have 4 mana. I can probably pay... I'll just pay life. Oh, they have a Force. Their unknown card was a Force? All right. No, we weren't getting there. We were not getting there, even with the Flash bait here. Damn. Okay. Oath Mirror. We don't really have cards for that either. Long Goodbye is a nice one because it kills Oko. Besides that, I have like no anti-mirror cards, so I like cutting 3 Oaths and 3 Show and Tells, but I'm not gonna be able to do that, it looks like. Yeah, I don't even like that. I guess I'm gonna have to keep in some Show and Tells, right? Stinks. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep in Show and Tells as blue cards, I guess. I don't think Dismember is good enough to replace a Show and Tell here. All right. Yeah, the last time I played this deck for the major tournament, I had a lot of sideboard cards that were good for the mirror, but the Oath is pretty much fallen off online. Oh, I mean, it would have been me baiting that I drew Atraxa for turn, which is basically the only play I can make, so. Ooh, I mean, it's just my one draw. Are they scared of me top decking Atraxa, right? I feel like you have to be. Man, I don't know about this hand. It's like pretty decent into an opposing show, but not even that good into an opposing show. I think this hand kind of stinks. Just gonna mulligan this. This hand's better, but not that much better. Yeah, this hand's not that good. This hand is not that good. I can't really go down more here, though. All of my, like, instant turn 1 wins can be dismantled by my opponent, so it's not an easy I'm gonna cash in on this because if I don't, then it's like I'm never gonna be able to resolve a fluster on an ancestral anyways, so I think it's fine. Just get my 1-for-1 and buy me time here. Like, I'm never casting double fluster. Oh, they have ancestral anyways? Okay, sick. All right, well, it's bad. But like, they probe me, and then they just have perfect information. They wait until I do something. But maybe I can do that. I mean, we also don't know they have ancestral. They just happen to also have ancestral, right? Nah, maybe that's too greedy. Mana Crypt. All right, well, next turn I can play an Oka with Flusterstorm. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, they're also a Wasteland deck, so I don't think so. No. Like, if they have Ancestral, I just can't do, like, I can't beat an Ancestral, so. Like, they have 3 Wastelands in their deck if they're playing the version I think they are. Man, I'm just never going to be able to resolve a spell, though. I don't really get much from Time Walking here. I can't really... I guess I could Flusterstorm a force, right? 1 spell, 2 spells, 3 spells, 4 total. All right. I'm in. Let's do it. I don't know. It feels like we have to... I don't have a basic island in my deck, right? So I can't fetch a basic there. Yeah, all right. I think it's fine. Hard cast negation. I mean, it's pretty obvious I have a fluster if I'm flustering Gataxian Probe, right? So that's an interesting play, Beerus. I don't think I've ever seen that. I just have a force as well. Force pitching fluster. Hey, well, we're here. Yeah, I mean, I don't play a lot of the decks that play would be good against, so. Oath. This is gonna be the first Oath Mirror I lose, actually, in I don't even know how long. Year? More than a year? Kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, they resolved an Ancestral Recall. Maybe I was supposed to play around Ancestral Recall and just have my fetch open for the whole game, but I don't know. Can I win from here? I guess I can draw Tinker, right? I can draw Tinker is how I win from here. I can draw Oko. The problem is they have a strip mine. That's a huge problem. Ah, they also have Orchard Oath. I see. Well, I can kill the Oko. I can actually... I could turn on 2 of their creatures. The problem is it just doesn't really get me anywhere. Like, opposed combat. I turn on a food token. Oh, I guess I turn on a food token. Oh, I guess they sack the food token. I can prevent an Atraxa for 1 turn, though. Is it worth it? Or is it better to just kill the Oko? Like, I can just ignore it. I can just make another elk attack the Oko, and then they still have to beat my Oko. What's better? Is it better to stop? I mean, I think it's better to just... I think it's better to just kill the Oko and try to beat the Atraxa off. I mean, I can't have to beat every Atraxa off the top. Like, you only have 1 card in hand. Oh. That is a sick draw. So now I kill the Oko and stand up the Sapphire. Oh. All right. Now we're ahead, right? This is why you cut your oaths to 1 in the mirror. Because the oath trigger won't go on the stack in the upkeep because of intervening if. And then I have the Oko. So I'm actually in control of this oath at the moment, unless they play a second Orchard or a second oath, a second Oko. I might win this game because my opponent played oath. These are the kind of things that are big reasons why I find myself continually winning oath mirrors. I think people don't have a great grasp of how you're supposed to play the mirror out. The biggest problem, though, is my current list has just no mirror breakers. Like, the sideboard is entirely dedicated not for that, so... They can't attack with this, because I can block with this. The problem, actually, right now is that they can sack these food tokens, so I'm not going to get the oath trigger yet. See if they do it, though. Long goodbye. That would have been pretty good, too. I guess I could long goodbye my own creature. Could be interesting. I mean, just like simply playing more counter spells, playing more Okos, that kind of thing. Like, you just play a better, like, you can build your deck to be a better control deck. Does this block attack matter? Whatever. I don't usually engage in that. It's not really worth my thoughts here. So yeah, they're supposed to tap me out. So the question now is, do I long goodbye right now? Because I won't be able to long goodbye on their turn because I have to get tapped out of this orchard here. That's a hard call to make, especially if they end up Okoing me. Should I long goodbye a spirit token here? I mean, I don't even gain control, right? Because then they're just gonna tap on my on their end step. It just doesn't feel right. Because I'm a turn behind, I don't get the actual advantage yet. So, and I don't want to lose to another Oko. Are they going to try to hit my food token here? What a game. I got to play faster. I feel like my Magic Online is just lagging like crazy. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures from my opponent's side, 4 on my side. They can't attack me, and they have to activate their orchard on their turn now. Oh, we're gonna clean up some of the board. That's fine. I'm down to clean up some of the board. I like to do this sometimes in paper too, just so that we can play the game. They have to attack the orchard now. So now we have them tapping orchard end step. I don't really know if I'm supposed to play this Moxen out, but I guess I have, I think I'm not supposed to play this Moxen out. It's really hard because I can't F6 anything here. I need to yield through these. I mean, at any point, strip mine. That's a good one. That's a winner. They can't even besage you it because it's their own oath. Nope, the only thing that matters here is the oath trigger. And me having an Oko. Let's go! That's just I feel like that is just beautiful oath knowledge put to the test and highly rewarded win. Oh, that's like the kind of game where you just feel like it just makes you feel good at Magic. I would say most of the time I don't feel good at Magic, and then games like that happen and you're just like, oh. Yeah, so like in general, back like in the Eternal Weekend top 8, I was taking out 3 Oaths and 3 Show and Tells in this mirror, but I had more cards to bring in. I don't have more cards to bring in anymore. Yeah, I mean, we got lucky. Like, we got lucky to win. Don't get me wrong. We had to top deck an Orchard, but we played to the way we could win. And I think Oath is my second most played deck. Yeah, probably true. I don't want to have this many Show and Tells in my deck, but what am I supposed to freaking board out and board in? Like, there's just... Like, you can bring in Dismember. I have brought in Dismember. How many blue cards? 4, 8... Like a million, right? Dismember is not good, but it's not Show and Tell, so... It can, like, win an Oko battle is why. I'm gonna go Sphinx and Dismembers and leave 1 Show and Tell, 1 Oath. I'm gonna just keep 1 Dismember and just play 2 Show and Tells. Let's do that. Well, Show and Tell is not for this matchup. Show and Tell is for all of the other matchups. Look at my Magic Online. It's just dead. It just doesn't know what's going on. Sphinx is good versus Oko, but they have Beseiju. This hand's fine. One thing that this hand loses to, if my opponent just like, keeps a bunch of Show and Tells in and just jams for some reason, that would be bad. Another Ancestral? Is this the 3rd game with Ancestral? I'm being beaten in the arena of ideas. I'm drawing lands. I don't feel like this shit gets better for me. I don't want to jam, but I don't know. What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to hold and play more conservatively? I can bluff that I have Flusterstorm. Hard cast negation. Yeah, it's still kind of like force pitching a blue card. It's just force pitching a thing. Oh god, I have no Atraxa on top. I mean, we want Brainstorm, right? This Brainstorm looks great. Okay. I'm gonna do some more F6ing here because I am low on time. I wouldn't normally say this is low on time, but it's the Oath Mirror and Magic Online's lagging, so this is an Oko of their own. I have a good buy for this, I guess, so. I'm just gonna main phase a Brainstorm and... Ooh, wow, that's interesting. Show and Tell and Island go back. I think I'm gonna get ahead of the game and... I mean, this can come back and bite me if my Oath doesn't resolve, but... It does make my Oath a must counter as well, so... They have another Oko? Okay, alright, I see you. Oh, they're going in. Alright. And they have a strip mine. Okay. This is what happens when one player draws Ancestral Recall. I mean, this has to resolve. I don't even have a force backup for this. Okay, this is gonna actually haunt me. That was too aggressive of a play. I was not playing around second Oko. Has to resolve. And then I still need like a second long goodbye. It's a bad spot. Yeah, I thought it was a really good spot until the second Oko dropped, and then I thought it was a really bad spot. Like, they can still have Besageus as well, so it's going to be really hard to stabilize this game. Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. I don't know. It's just an ancestral diff. I didn't play this game great either, but it's definitely just an ancestral diff. The player who casts ancestral has a much higher chance of winning. I can draw Tinker Sphinx here, actually. I get 4 looks, and then I get a fetch. Oh. Interesting. No. I just... Interesting. Oh, is that worth it? Or would I rather just look for fresh ones? I mean, I think the best chance I have of winning this game is Tinker Sphinx. But, like, if I show and tell and they play an Atraxa and then they Oko my Atraxa, like, I lost, right? 3 cards in hand. I mean, I have options. But this is right in front of me, right? So the problem is 2 of my cards are going to get... No, I guess I can fetch away, right? I can fetch away so that I don't draw Besageus top. So... like, you don't want to be show and telling, but I guess I don't have a choice, right? So... Well, it's like Tinker top 4 and then Tinker randomized 3. I think I am supposed to fetch here and clean out some of my cards. Man, this stupid... this was so bad, by the way. That Orchard play, like, at the moment, it's not going to matter, but this Orchard play was way too aggressive because they can turn this Orchard token into an elk, you know? They have force again. Okay, yeah. What I mean, we just can't ever win if my opponent is going to draw Ancestral Lotus, double force, double Oko, strip mine Besageus. Like, we just lose. It's fine. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we were not winning either way. We had the Tinker, but we have to draw a Moxen for it. So I guess this lets me go Flash Atraxa, right? But I don't have a Lotus in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, the Flash Atraxa doesn't do anything because I don't have Time Walk, right? Or do I have Time Walk? But I can only take 1 Moxen. I do hit Time Walk, but I can only take 1 Moxen, so it doesn't actually help me. I need to hit like way more Moxen if that would work. This is almost exactly what we're looking for, though. If this 10 had a Moxen, so I could go Tinker for Sphinx and stabilize, that's how we win. I guess I could also have hit Long Goodbye, because then I could Long Goodbye the Oko, and then I have an Atraxa stabilizing. I don't think we would have won if this had resolved anyways. Okay, the only thing I don't like about this game is the orchard play. It didn't matter, but the orchard play was bad. It was just too aggressive. I was like, oh, I'll set up my oath, but I forgot that my opponent resolved an ancestral really, and I just have no cards to like make that kind of aggressive line. No, I don't think killing the Oko was wrong. I think just like playing the orchard was bad, but it just doesn't matter. Yeah, we're not doing a giveaway. I didn't win. Sorry, chat. You got to cheer for me. All right, not bad. All right, on to round 3. We've got known Magic the Gathering streamer over here, Canister, also powerful professional wizard, we should probably admit. Played a blue workshop deck in the Sunday morning challenge. I think this hand's kind of bad. It's not fast enough, doesn't have force. I'm gonna mulligan this. This one I'm willing to keep. On the draw, we've got Vamp, so we could even go Vamp, Lotus, Probe, Show and Tell. We can do lots of cool things with this hand, so. Hopefully they don't play Initiative on us. That would be a problem. I like this hand. I don't think it's the best, but it's got play. Also, if we just draw a land for turn, then we can just jam a Show and Tell and keep our Vamp for something else. Opponent did say that they are finishing their Arena Open match, which I assume is that usually the 2K thing, or I don't know, some big arena tournament probably. So it might be a little bit slow in between game actions here. If you're watching on YouTube, I highly recommend 2x speed. I think that's the best way to consume this kind of content. I understand that my content would be better if I had an editor who cut out dead time, but I do not have that option. Well, I have that option, but I'm not willing to invest in that option. So I think the best way to deal with that is 2x speed. If you can't, if it's too fast, you can't understand what I'm saying, then you can slow it down, of course, but. All right. Lurrus Saga. Well, the problem with the editing bot is that I don't actually have downtime. So the way the editing bot works for things like Bosch and Roll and 3BNU is they record off stream, and when they're done talking, it cuts out all the time when they're not talking. I'm on stream and I'm talking 24/7 the whole time to entertain chat, so that the bot just doesn't cut out anything worth it. So it's just because of the way I live stream. I think this hand's fine. I don't think this hand is that bad. Like, obviously, it's all in, but the whole deck is all in. That's the whole point of the deck. The deck is an A plus B combo deck. Sometimes it's an A combo deck. So, I don't know. I just wanted to acknowledge that, yes, editing out downtime would make my content better. Okay, this is interesting now. I hit my land drop, so I can just jam. I think it's worth probing then, seeing if what my opponent's got. Are they on Jewel? Could this show and tell backfire? They are on the blue workshop deck. Cool. That means they have a metamorph. But if they put in a metamorph with the show and tell, it doesn't work, right? So I have to just draw a force off of my Atraxa for their metamorph, and then we're fine. That's fine. I mean, we're gonna do it. So. We just need to draw a force off this so they don't get into their own Atraxa here. That's why I always include metamorph in these like blue aggro shop decks. Mine should be better, of course, but you never know. My canister asked me if the metamorph is going to work or not, and I'm like, I don't think so, but like, please go look it up so that I can't be the one who's wrong here. All right, we hit Force. They're dead. We also hit Beseju, Ruby, Oath, Narset, Force, Time Walk over Tinker. I don't know. They're all gonna win. Time Walk. Sure, whatever. Done. All right. Well, it doesn't really matter if it was or because this is just game winning hand no matter what. So that was like pretty close to the best possible Atraxon. So now we just force the Metamorph, and we Time Walk, and we do anything we want. I guess maybe Tinker is better than Time Walk because we can get. I mean, we have because we can just get Citadel. Yeah, I guess Tinker was better than Time Walk. Oh well. That's my fault. I should have taken Tinker. I just thought Time Walk would be better, but it doesn't look like it will be. So. Oh yeah, Atraxa is the best creature in Magic for sure. I mean, I guess you could say Lurrus, but like this is the most powerful creature in Magic. All right, my opponent has conceded. I should have taken Tinker, so that way on the next turn I could just Tinker for a Citadel and then Time Walk and that kind of stuff. It was definitely a mistake, but as long as I took all the other cards, it was fine. All right, so my opponent's deck is very interesting. It's built a little bit like the blue workshop deck that I put some work into, but Canister wanted to build a version that had null rods in the main, which is a pretty reasonable thing to try to do. So this is a solemn simulacrum, not solemn simulacrum, a simulacrum synthesizer. It's got Tormach's Tomb and Lorien Revealed Defined Islands, so that it can play for main deck null rod. So this is like a blue workshop deck that's going to grind you out with synthesizer thought monitor. It's actually really awkward because the card I cut from my sideboard was oh no, Attract is like a much better than Emrakul. Was Energy Flux because No Rod is I think is better against Jewel, but No Rod is worse here where Energy Flux would be great here. I actually have no Force of Vigors and no Energy Fluxes in my sideboard, so I am not really prepared for this deck. I think you're allowed to make those kind of metagame calls from time to time. One cage from the opponent. I think in general, like we should still be pretty favored. But yeah, I definitely don't have the crazy answers that I would like to see here. That's kind of unfortunate. I just don't have the right answers. I'm gonna get rid of Flusterstorm because all they have is Force is their only spell really. I mean they have Ancestral Time Walk and Probe, but I think I'll just get rid of Force and I'm gonna bring in Hercules as my only like super answer, which is I think a good super answer to have anyways. So, but yeah, I could have Fluxes in my sideboard. I could have Force of Vigors in my sideboard, but I don't. So. This hand has a negation. This hand looks really bad. Let's mulligan this. This hand has a Force. Yeah, this is fine. It's a little bit slower, but it's okay. Workshop. Analysis. That's fine. Mox is a good draw here. Time Walk. Time Walk is not a bad one either. Oh, I don't have a basic to fetch, huh? That's kind of frustrating because I do need to play this top out, but they have Wastelands in their deck, right? 4 Wastelands total. 3 Wastelands, 1 strip. I think I'm supposed to play this top out, so hopefully I don't get Wastelanded after. I just like my sequencing here. I need to play a top so that next turn if I Time Walk and then draw a land, I can Tinker off the top, right? I mean, like, I think I have to, so. I don't have like very many times where I do need to make a turn one play, which is why you play like a bunch of fetch lands instead of like more basics and that kind of stuff. So you can just like play around Wasteland by having a lot of fetch lands. But God, this is a time. Needle. Okay. I assume it's just naming top then. Okay. Mox. Okay. Synthesizer. Okay. Now I probably have to pitch Time Walk if I force anything, so I can have a Hercules up. I might get to the point where tinkering. Oh, they had the Wasteland too. Wow, that's really bad for me. That's super good. Wasteland is just so strong. Yeah, things are bad. Oh, Justin, you are so lucky. All right. Well, sometimes lucky. That's crazy. I bricked. All right. Well, now things get dicey. Do I play the one from my hand or the one from the top? This costs too much life, I think. I go to 10 and then I go to 5 or something. Then I can't cast any Atraxas off the top. I think I'm still supposed to cast off the top. Why do I have 2 counter spells on the top of my library? Okay. I have 4 life left. Vamp is a little bad. Oko down to 1. This is where having a Flux in my deck would be really good. I have Demonic Lotus. Sorry, Demonic Yogg, but I don't have enough mana for this turn. I think I'm supposed to cast this Oko to 1. Oh, then I can't play. No, I can still do food tokens, right? So I think it's okay. I'm gonna Hercules on their turn. We have to. I mean, maybe we could draw Besiju and kill this, but I guess they have a needle on Oko. It's like pretty bad for me. Maybe playing the Oko was kind of bad. Because, like, I have to crack this food to cast Force. I mean, I'm going to crack this food anyways. Maybe I can negate both. I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure the needle is what matters, but maybe it is. Maybe it's fine. I got should have. Oh, they drew a Force. No, it'd be bad for Doomsday. Oh, I have a Yogg coming. Like, do I care? No, I don't care. Oh, I can't play the Yogg off the top. I'm so bad at this game. I don't have enough life to do that. I don't have enough life to do a lot of things here. I mean, they're out of cards, so it's fine, but... I guess I just Demonic for an Orchard, right? That might just be the best play. Demonic for an Orchard, play an Oath. Instead... I think I played this kind of badly, if I had to guess. What'd they hit here? Synthesizer. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm going to win, but I don't really like how I played it. What is happening, Magic Online? My Magic Online is just broken. Okay. So now we get an Atraxa. We should have Force backup afterwards. Should just be winning. Their best draw is Metamorph, and we'll have Force for it. And then we attack 3 times and win. So looks locked here. I think we could have played it probably a little tighter, but it's fine. Take the W. All right, here we go. Round, what are we on now? Four? Round 4 versus Solid Snake, Lurrus Saga Enjoyer. Let's see what happens here. This is a matchup we were looking for. We haven't played against any Lurrus Saga until now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Those be magic cards. I'm pretty sure this one is just a Tropical Jam Oath. Just start putting must counter threats on the table here. Obviously, they won't play a creature into it, but it just like limits what they can do tremendously, basically. Pretty much a much counter for the Saga deck, the Lurrus Saga deck. So obviously, if they follow this up with Wasteland, we end up in a rough spot, but not much we can do about that. And either way, if we were to go Ancestral, we actually play around Negation, but I think it's better to just jam some Oaths. The people forgot. The Lurrus players have been living in luxury with no Oath to prey on them. So my opponent's not actually on Tarmogoyf. They're probably just on Esper Lurrus Saga. But this means they can't play Bone Master, they can't play Lavinia, they can't make construct tokens until it's lethal. Obviously, the Crypt kind of like makes things a little hard, but if I ever draw an Orchard, I immediately have an Atraxa and I win the game. So basically, it's very hard for my opponent to win. The way they do win is they Wasteland me and then they take infinite turns. So yeah. Wasteland is good here. Wasteland is good here. How'd they know I didn't have any lands in my hand? Just kidding, I drew one. That's not exactly what we were looking for. Do I play it? Don't think so. All right, well, not great. Definitely a problem. Another one. Another one. Double Wasteland. Wasteland is the most powerful land in Lurrus Saga, and no one will be able to convince me otherwise. It is so broken, man. Oh, Wasteland's so crazy. It's okay, we have lots of outs to help us win this game. We're not lost yet, but there are definitely complications. Sure. Yeah, but you only get one strip mine. You get 4 Wastelands. Doesn't seem fair. Put Lurrus in hand. All right. Any Orchard lovers? Before we die to our mana crypts? Oh my god, not like this. Not like this. I'm gonna die to my mana crypt, aren't I? I mean, I would do the same thing again, so it is what it is. That is one of the problems with playing this deck for sure. What is this? This is a Lorien revealed. Man, I don't really want to counter this because if I draw like, I guess any blue source is always going to be a green, so always going to be an ancestral anyways. Oh, if they play an Urza Saga, I want to kill the Urza Saga with Strip Mine, and if I play the Strip Mine out, then they wasteland my Strip Mine. So I'm holding my Strip Mine so that I can kill an Urza Saga. I don't want to counter this, but I feel like I'm supposed to. It looks bad for me. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. But I do have 4 Orchard draws that instantly win the game. My opponent can't really beat an Orchard draw. I mean, they can, right? They're Esper, so they could have the 1 swords or something. Oh, they have Force backup for their Lorien. Oh no, they're back to blue. No, they aren't. They're on Esper, no swords main. Oh, 2 swords main. Okay, so there are ways they can beat an Orchard draw because if they have a swords, they can wasteland my Orchard and then swords the spirit. So. All right, well, my opponent resolved 5 mana Ancestral, and I am here with 1 land, because Wasteland Gaming. Not that fetching a basic would have helped in this scenario, so I also didn't have a basic to fetch. Ah, Besiege You. That's not a good land. That's a bad land. Yeah, they're making a joke. So if you were on last Wednesday's stream, if I cast a future sight or my opponent casts a future sight Tarmogoyf, my game crashes and cannot be recovered, and I time out and lose. Which is why we did not get a gameplay video for the Friday time slot. Another Lorian? Yeah. That's not it. They're at 9 cards. They're discarding 2 to hand size. We're just gonna die to our mana crypt. What a gross game. Also, how unlucky are we that we faced Esper Saga instead of Blue-Black Saga? There's like 2 people in this entire tournament on Esper Saga, and we had to face it. Not that that matters in this like context of this exact game, but in the context of the match, it will matter because they have a Seal of Cleansing in the main, a Dress Down in the main, Containment Priests in the board. It's not great for the home team here. Also, we have not drawn cards that mattered. I mean, the good news is we're not dying to creatures because we have Oath in play, but the bad news is we are dying to our own mana crypt here. So, I mean, is what it is. I mean, I'm always keeping my 7 and I'm always making the play I made. Like, you can argue you should maybe make the ancestral play because it plays around negation, but I don't even think that's true. And even if I did, like, is that really helping me from here? I don't know. This is just like something you have to accept when you play the Oath deck. Sometimes you keep these hands that just like don't really do things, and they don't do anything. I mean, my mana crypt always has a real cost. I lose so many crypt flips, and Citadel, it hurts Citadel. Like, I mean, I have 18 lands in my deck, by the way, just saying. Though I guess I did draw Beseiju Strip Mine, which are 2 of my 18 lands, and neither of them produce blue mana. Whoops. I'm gonna draw the second Beseiju for saying that, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. Ooh, won some flips here. Orchard? Like, if we ever drew an Orchard in this game, at any point, we're instantly winning. We've drawn 7 cards. It's okay. Have another counter spell at least. Another Saga. All right. Well, the problem now is going to be they can make Saga tokens attack and kill us before we even get an Atraxa. So Saga will kill us from here, which is hilarious, by the way. Hilarious. Orchard. Any Orchard believers? Orchards? Tracks. Wait, so like... okay. It is what it is. We are dead now, actually, because my opponent's going to make... I guess it's only a 2/2 construct. That might still kill us, to be fair, because I lost this crypt flip. Okay. Not ideal here. Well, they done the math. Yeah, it's fine. I'm off it. I could have forced, obviously, but it doesn't matter. Oh, my lord. Oh, my god. Oh. 22 cards deep? All right, well. We're basically pre-boarded for this matchup. I do kind of like some long goodbyes to kill Containment Priests and Lurrus and that kind of thing. I don't really like Lotus Petal as much. I don't like Flusterstorm that much, but it's like fine still. I don't really like Negation in this matchup either, so let's just go 2 long goodbyes for Negation and a Petal. Yeah, like I said, I would make all the same choices and lose the game all the same. I think from that position with a Resolved Oath, the amount of times you win is pretty high. I would say I was favored from turn 1, but like, you know, being favored from turn 1, you know, you can still lose. So you just like want to get rid of things that are like card disadvantage. when you're playing against a deck that is a control deck. So, like, you could theoretically board out Mana Crypt in this matchup. I don't usually do that just because, like, Mana Crypt is really important. I'm playing turn 1 Tinkers and Show and Tells and stuff, so. All right, well, I have another Oath hand, so I'm keeping. It gets a lot worse now, unfortunately, because my opponent is playing white, which means they have 2 Containment Priests and a Seal of Cleansing, so it's not as good as it was in game 1. But, yeah. It's like, this is a hand I'm keeping, so. I could theoretically not play Oath on turn 1 here. I could play it on turn 2 with Flusterstorm backup. Maybe I will. Seems fine, actually. Let's do that. I wish I had a fetch land so that I could protect this from a wasteland, but I just don't. Where are my fetch lands now? All right. It is what it is. What do I got? What do I got? What do we got? I got a Mana Crypt. No, not this time. Not this time. All right, this time I am gonna cast my Oath, though. It really stinks, though, because, like, I don't have an orchard. They know I don't have an orchard. I guess theoretically you could argue for your 1 negation so you can counter an exile Seal of Cleansing. That's kind of an interesting thought. Another wasteland. Man, are we not having fun together? Do I want to force a cage? I don't think so. I think I'd rather them play creatures and we draw Besiju or something. Though they're just going to wasteland me and I'm not going to be able to play the game, so. It's sick. It's sickening. All right, well. Okay. I guess I only have, what, 3 Okos and 2 Besijus? Because I'm not playing any Vigors in this version. I feel like I should play 1 Vigor so I can hit it off Traxa. They don't have any other lands? So they kept on the back of Wasteland, Wasteland Cage, and probably Forces. That makes sense. Should I bait with this Show and Tell? No. I feel like I can draw on Atraxa, and then I could actually have Show and Tell with Flusterstorm backup, so. All right, they have nothing. They got nothing. At least I don't have a Mana Crypt in play. I do the Atraxa, so. Yeah. Let's go. Should I even play the Mana Crypt? Like, is playing a Flusterstorm better than playing a Force? I kind of feel like it's not. I guess I could wait and try to get Force plus Fluster. Actually, I have that ability here. Yeah, let's do that. See if we can draw a blue card on our next turn here. Ah, they drew the Lorien reveal, so now they have blue mana. That is bad for me, because now they can have Spell Piercer Fluster of their own. Definitely not happy about that. I feel like it just got worse for us than if we had jammed last turn. Long goodbye. But now if they fluster me... how did it get worse for us? All right. My choice here went very, very, very poorly, which is unfortunate, but... I don't think I can wait anymore, because now I'm going to start getting my blue pieces wastelanded, so... I wish this was a blue card. I can still beat Spell Pierce, so I think it's better for me to just force this with Flusterstorm. All right, yeah, they had double force. They had triple force, actually. They had triple force plus misstep. Okay. Well, now I got a Mana Crypt in play, so they can just sit on the Mana Crypt and try to win that way again. I don't know. Like, I feel like I like the choices I made, but like if I had hit a blue card here, then I could have. Yeah, okay. How many Ancestrals have I cast in this tournament, by the way? Any? From my openers? No opening Ancestrals? It's okay. Ooh, they've been holding out Moxen on me. I think we're gonna lose. Oh, actually, they drew 3 cards. They probably just drew a bunch of Moxen. At least they can't replay anything off of their Lurrus, because there's a Grafdigger's Cage. We did have an opening Ancestral? Oh, we just chose not to cast it. Okay, yeah, it's my bad. My bad. My bad. Okay. Player diff. Huge player diff. Black Lotus. Wait a second. I don't have enough colors, right? I'm 1 color short at the moment. I'm a color short at the moment. Oh, Bowmaster. The Wasteland. Yeah, the Wasteland stopped me from hard casting Atraxa. This Wasteland card's pretty good, huh? Put Lurrus in hand. Attack with Bowmaster. All right, I have Oath triggers now. If I had a Sow and Shell in my hand, wow, maybe yeah, if I had a Show and Tell in my hand, I could put a Atraxa on the top of my deck using the Oath trigger, but I don't. So I took another Crypt Flip. Any help? All right, well, I hit a land drop, so that's at least something here. Green, black, white, and blue. Is leaving blue best? Yeah, I think leaving blue is the best. Got another one of them forces? They've pitched a force to a force, so they've already used 2 Force of Wills. Aha! I think we're getting a Resolver. How often do you cast it? Reasonably enough. Black Lotus is a hell of a drug. All right, I have a Resolved Atraxa. It resolved, and I didn't get swords because they don't have any white mana because their deck, they tapped out of white mana with Pearl. So now I can take Force and Show and Tell, and I can also take Orchard and Atraxa and Oath and Citadel. Do I want to take Citadel? Probably. So I can Show and Citadel into play, maybe. Do I want Orchard or do I want Boseiju? I actually think I want Boseiju, not Orchard. Because Boseiju lets me kill this. Oh, no! If I had left open green mana... Could I have done that? I crack my Lotus for green mana, and then white, black... No. Yeah, I could have left open green mana. Maybe that was worse. Damn. I was wrong, I think. Shad. Because then I could have Boseiju this right away. I don't know if I'm supposed to Boseiju it right away, to be fair. And I can just Boseiju on my upkeep anyways. How many more Atraxas are in my deck? 2. It's fine. It's definitely better to put this Atraxa in my hand so that I can force pitching Atraxa and then Show and Tell Citadel. All right, we might win this game. This matchup is so good for me. I don't know. But it's worse because they do have white mana, so we'll have to see what happens. They have 5 cards in hand. I Ancestraled. So if they attack, I will block because I think the 9 life is better than... no, we didn't pitch any to force. Someone suggested we do that. Okay, so do we want any Oath triggers is the question when we still have an Atraxa in play. Yep, I do. All right, I lost Time Walk, but I kept Yogg-Will in my deck. Oh, wait. There's a Grafdigger's Cage in play. I didn't actually Boseiju. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. I forgot to Boseiju first. I was talking too much. Now I draw another Atraxa here, so I'll just have to show the other Atraxa into play. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, chat. I should not have done that, obviously, but it's not a big deal. I just like talked about what I was going to do, went through the motions, and then didn't do the thing I was talking about. It's just like something that happens when you stream. Yeah, but I've already lost too many cards now, and I didn't want to do it. Oh, I guess I could have done it still because it would have been on top. Yeah, you're right. I should have done it anyways. My bad. Okay, yeah, that one is even worse. No recovery mode here. All right, well, I am going to cast Show and Tell. No. I just like made some mistakes because I was not focused enough. So they're gonna force this. Oh, they have double. They have all counter magic. I see. Okay. I mean, we can lose this game now for sure. I played this really badly. I have one Atraxa in my deck, and I threatened to lose my Yogwill. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a really bad mistake for sure. Huge mistake. Yeah. I mean, we can still play it out. Like Atraxa is so good against their deck, it might not matter. I'm not gonna go again though. I will Beseiju them. I don't want to Beseiju them because it opens up like a bunch of like Lurrus stuff. So I'm not like I'm holding on to the Beseiju. I mean, that's what it is. Orchard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm one off, right? I don't have enough black mana to play Bolas's Citadel. All right, yeah, we'll just pass from here. Yeah, like I said, it was obviously a clear mistake. It happens sometimes. Time walk, sure. I think we're gonna win anyways. Okay, we won anyways. But yeah, so I did want an Atraxa. So what I wanted to do was Beseiju their cage and then put an Atraxa in play. After I messed up the first one, I didn't put a Beseiju because I was worried about getting milled, but I shouldn't be worried about getting milled because the way Cage interacts with Oath, the top card of my library is Atraxa after that Oath thing happens, which I know about because we've talked about it already today on stream, like literally in this match, in this game even. So yeah, I should have Beseju'd before the second trigger, so I would have gotten the Atraxa anyways. But they didn't have an answer, so we carry on. All right, a little bit of a misstep there, but just got to move past it. Yeah, I like the same stuff that's happening. I wonder if I like Mind Break Trap at all, or Negation on the draw. Not sure. I'm really hungry though. I need to make sure I eat after the chat. Make sure I eat after this round, please. I'm starving. I don't even know what I have to eat. I gotta make something though. Something. Long Goodbye, Demonic Tutor. What about Sphinx of the Steel Wind? They just have no counters that kill that, right? Or no removal that kills it? Kind of like it, actually. Oh, no, they have Swords of the Plowshares because they're white. They're not blue-black. If it was blue-black, I would bring in Sphinx. But because they're playing white cards, just another instance of playing the better deck. Do I want to play Negation or Trap over something in here? I don't really feel like I do. No, I need man, no fetch lands, huh? No fetch lands. Like I feel like we have to keep this hand. Well, I mean, Sphinx is like not exactly easy to put into play. It's not like Sphinx is 3 or 4 drop or something. It's like a lot better when they like don't have a lot of good answers to Sphinx and you put Sphinx into play. It's like if they don't have anything that answers it, then it's really nice. But like we also don't want to have our oath hit a Sphinx when it could hit a Traxxas. Like sometimes some matchups, an oath and an oath into Sphinx and oath into Atraxa are pretty much the same. This is not one of those matchups. We need all the cards we can get. Ooh, that's interesting. Do we besage you? I guess we don't have to make that choice yet. I don't really want to give them a land. This is an uncounterable way to deal with Vault Key as well, so I think waiting is fine. Really don't want to get Wasteland is what I don't want to get. They won't Wasteland me, right? Because they want to make construct tokens. Right? Right. Right? They're gonna Wasteland me. They're so aggressive with the Wastelands, man. They're so aggressive. It's crazy. I'm not even allowed to use this Besaju anymore. Because I need it for my land drops. Yo, where are my fetch lands? Oh. Hello. Don't mind if I do. No. I think it's right to Wasteland. I'm just sad that they're doing it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just sad. So I can beat a Flusterstorm here by pay force. So this is okay, right? Oh wait, yeah. So or I can just wait and show and tell again next turn. Probably. I'm definitely interested in jamming there. I think this is fine. I mean, if we get Wastelanded, it's pretty bad, but it's fine. I don't think I was ever gonna like play Lotus and not jam there, right? I didn't put that much thought into not jamming, to be fair, so. Is this gonna be a cage? I assume it would be. No, they're just gonna go Lotusing. Uh-oh. Oh, they have a cage in their hand. Okay, yeah, you got it. Makes sense. I think I'm in a good spot here. I don't really want to use my Lotus, my Besaju as a land though, because I want to hold Besaju for a Vault Key. Oh no! Yo, Wasteland is so broken, man. It's so good. Wasteland is just the better card. Should have forced. Should have played around second Wasteland. All right, yeah. I mean, this is just a prime example of Wasteland. Okay, I just keep drawing lands. I mean, I'm drawing real good this game. I have also drawn very, very good this game. So we take it. It's okay. We might get out of it. Wasteland's just so good, though. It's so good. All right. They have hard cast force open. Drew Tinker. All right. It is what it is. Deploy. They watch them have a time vault in their hand. That would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Last card, time vault, kill me. Oh god, that'd be so sick. I can't even be mad at that point. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm priced in here. It would be pretty awesome. It would be pretty sweet. It'd be a good way to end the stream, honestly. My opponent is in the tank. What are they in the tank about? If you have a counter, you counter it, yeah? I can beat it? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I mean, sure. Exactly, Emerald Beseiju. Like, it can't be anything other than Emerald Beseiju, and there's one Emerald and one Beseiju. This is true. Because I don't have a I don't have Vigor in my deck, and I don't have a Lotus anymore. Land, well, I've already played my land for turn, right? So, and I've used my Black Lotus. All right, they have Force Pitching Force, 1 card remaining. All right, well, Force Pitching Tinker. Force. Oh my God, it's lagging. It's lagging. Stop. Force. Force Pitching Tinker. I'm pretty sure my Show and Tell's resolving, so I want my Atraxa to find me a blue card so that I can have Force back up after. Ah, just an Urza Saga. Sick. Awesome. We win. Probably. Oko, Mana Crypt, Atraxa, Flusterstorm, Yogwill, or Show and Tell, or Time Walk. I guess it's Time Walk. What is this lag? I don't know what cards I have selected. Is this me lag or is this Magic Online lag? Okay, I think it's Magic Online lag. I sure hope Time Walk is part of my cards. Okay, Time Walk is part of my cards. All right, well, I have a hand with a Force, and they have no cards in hand. They have 2 Sagas, but, like, what's a Saga to a Phyrexian Praetor? GG's has been called. We continue. I feel like we got really lucky. I feel like my opponent's draws were very off center. And I mean, we got pretty unlucky in game 1, so I guess we have to take the variance, right? I do feel like we get lucked out a lot in the way some of these games played out, but we'll take it. All right, I'm going to go find some food. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, wait, giveaway first, right? Don't let me leave before the giveaway. All right, welcome to round 5 of 7. Currently 122. We're cruising through this tournament. Opponent is a powerful MTGO grinder. Looks like they're on Lurrus. I'm going to keep this hand. Obviously, there's risk involved in this hand, but I'm willing to keep, so. I also found food, so I'm happy. Some tortellini. Yeah, this hand is, it's got risk involved, but it's kind of what we're looking for, so. See what opponent does. Saga Gaming. Just looking for a Mox off the top, really. Obviously, a Lotus is great. That's a good one. Let's take a peek at what they're doing and see if we have any other workarounds here. They have they have a Force Pitching and Ancestral. They also have Time Vault. Wow. That's exciting. It's a high power hand. And they have a Fatal Push, so they could actually Fatal Push. Oh, wait, they don't have any black mana. They have 2 Sagas and a Time Vault, a Force and Ancestral. All right, well, I am going to jam Oath and make them force it. I think they have to force it. Oh, I should not have played the mana crypt because I could force the mana crypt, obviously. I should have done that the other way. My bad. Kind of happens when you're talking sometimes. All right, so this is going to get forced, I assume. And then they're going to try to kill us with Time Vault Key, and it might work. We do have Tinker Citadel, though, so... I guess we have an Oko, so if they actually play it out and we draw a land, we could maybe Oko their Time Vault if they play it out. I don't think they're allowed to let this resolve, because if they let this resolve and they give me an Atraxa trigger and my Atraxa finds a Beseiju, that ruins their entire plan. I don't think it's worth using the Time Walk now. Especially if I think they're forcing this Oath of Druids and then we're trying to Tinker for a Citadel. Ton of extra damage. Though I guess we do have a top, so like there's definitely some more upside in that sense. We could Time Walk with a top, and then on our turn we could spin. It's totally reasonable. I just think we're winning if my opponent forces this anyways. Do you not feel that way? Especially if we draw a land next turn, we can Oath and Time Walk. I don't know. This Time Walk just like looks a lot better in my hand versus their exact hand. Could be wrong though. I'm willing to entertain the idea. We're just resolving? All right. That's wild. So they're just going to try to win on the back of their Time Vault plus Force. I don't really like that. I don't like that line at all. It might work, but we'll see. I mean, my Atraxa can miss, but I also have Time Lock too, so... But I guess they'll have a Force, so... Maybe they just counter my Time Lock, and... But I have an Atraxa. Like, my Atraxa is going to hit a Force, right? I mean, if they hit a Black Source and kill their Spirit Token, like, is that even putting them in a... I mean, it's putting them in a better spot, sure. I don't know. Like, relying on a Black Source plus Fatal Push is pretty crazy, though. And, like, that runs into other options, like Mental Misstep and stuff. I don't know. I would always force there, but they don't own my hand. But, I mean, even from the information they have, I'm forcing there. You can't even cast as Ancestral right now. Your plan is Saga. Like, I get it. They want to go Saga Time Vault with Force backup, but, like, that takes a whole nother turn. I have an Atraxa coming down. I just think that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I think I see the logic, but it doesn't vibe. Strip Mine, Beseiju with Force, like there's lots of things. So that's the card they drew for turn. So they drew a Black Source, and they're gonna Fatal Push their Spirit Token, and then they have Force for my Time Walk. It's exciting. Do I blind draw with top? No. No, I have to top and Time Walk next turn. Okay. Why aren't we upkeep tapping Orchard? Well, so the card doesn't work like that. It's an intervening if, and it only goes on the stack if the conditions are true, and it only resolves if the conditions are true. Draw. Drew another Oath. Spin. Need a Force here. We're gonna lose. That's crazy. That's wild that this line paid off for them. I'm I'm pretty tilted. That's crazy. Nah, that's wild. They're gonna force the time walk. Like, that's the whole point. We don't have counterplay, right? Because I spun. If I had blind drawn the orchard here, we could have had... We couldn't have had anything. All right. The one main deck fatal push, they top deck a black source for the line to work at all. There's no next turn. We're dead. My opponent forces the time walk. They untap. They get a manifold key, and they play a time vault and take infinite turns. That's crazy. I think that line is nuts. That's just crazy to me. But I hate it. I hate it so much. Why would you ever assume you die if you force oath? You have to force oath. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Negation comes out. They're not playing white, so we don't need long goodbye. We can just bring in I don't even really want to bring in Sphinx. Like, it worked in hindsight, and I still don't even think it was good. Which is crazy. I think I want one null rod. Just one. I don't really feel like I need a long goodbye because they're not on Esper. Do I want a mind break trap or a Sphinx or anything? I don't really feel like I do. Maybe I don't even want this. I don't know. I just feel like I'm already so favored and pre-boarded. Is there anything I really can bring in that makes any sense? Doesn't really feel like it. I mean, the line kind of makes sense if you think I have another payoff, maybe. I don't know. I just don't like the line. But, I mean, it's not like there's no merit to the line. Like, obviously, there's merit to the line. It has a nice high upside. But, like, how many black sources are in their deck? What's the percentage there? And if you don't top deck a black source, you automatically lose the game on the spot. So it's just a little wild. I still don't really think I want a null rod here. Yeah, I'm just gonna submit like this. I mean, they can't kill a Sphinx. So. Would I bring in Force of Vigor? Yeah, I'd bring in 1 or 2 Force of Vigors if I had them in my deck. I just don't have them in my deck. That's a good hand. Can they kill an Atraxa? No. But I have a Tinker in my deck as well. And I have Show and Tells. And I'm just upping percentages across the board. Why do I care about a Lurrus or a Bowmaster? Both of those cards have no text. The only reason you would bring in removal is if they were playing Containment Priest. Grafdigger's Cage, a null. A null? No force, though. So they're just gonna... All right, I mean, it looks like we're winning this game by a lot. Let's just start with Black Lotus Ancestral. Force. They have a Mox. They don't have a Mox. All right. Oh, they have a Cage, but I have an Oko, and now I have a Force, so it's like, whatever. Oh, they have a colored land. It's called a Lorien Revealed. Pretty broken card. Wow, they top decked a Mox, but they don't have a blue source. They don't have a blue source, so they can't have Flusterstorm up, right? Yeah, they can't, they actually don't have enough mana. That's crazy. I was like, oh god, if they play a Cage plus a blue source, you know? All right. This game's over. Sweet. I mean, this is the matchup that I was hoping to play against the entire day, so we finally got it. I used too much sauce, chat. I think I gotta make more pasta. What are we doing? Anything else in here? Do we want to play Mindbreak Trap or Negation? I mean, I was gonna win that game on turn 5, but yeah, I was a turn 1 win for sure. Do I want anything else? I'm gonna take out this pedal on the draw and play a Negation. All right. Misstep, Force, Oko, Mox, Yogwill, Orchard. Interesting hand. This is a keep, but it's not like a super happy keep. Your top card or my top card? Your top card makes sense. Cage. Misstep. Fetch land. Blue card's a pretty decent draw next turn. Can play an Oko with Force backup, maybe. Yeah, there are definitely reasons not to counter them at the Cage, but I'm okay with it. It just opens up a huge range of things I can draw. What the? Oh, it's the Bronco. Yep, you got a Bronco. No. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I mean, they're just gonna die here. Yeah, I snapped it off, but like I did consider not countering it. Let's do this. In case they play Days. They don't have any more answers, right? Cage is their only answer. So they have to draw Black Lotus Lurrus or something. This is the great matchup. This is the entire reason I played the deck. Strip mine. They don't usually play Days. But you can play Days if you're a crazy person. I mean, I think this is just game. I don't think they have answers. The jury is still out, but it doesn't die to Bowmaster, so it makes it better than Bob in the Mirror. So, in the Mirror is what matters the most. Now they can play Volt Key, Lotus Volt Key. I'm just gonna make a creature here. I think it's fine. We hit Black Lotus and Ancestral on our graveyard here, so everything is good. Dig through time, last card. Emerald. Yogwill. Sapphire. Lotus. Mana Crypt. We have Citadel, Probe, Ancestral. I mean, nothing matters here. Tinker. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, the quest continues here. We are 4-1 with some pretty bad breakers, so we're gonna look to win our next 2 rounds to try to get into top 8 here. We're up against Maddie. Maddie is playing Lurrus. That's what we want to see. Hopefully blue-black and not blue-white or Esper. This is the matchup we're looking for, so hopefully it puts us in a good spot. Let's take out their last. I assume their last list is just a Mogged list, because that's what everyone's list is. Take a quick peek. Blue-black. Dress down, Spreading Seas, 1 cage in the board. There is a Daze in this list, and there is a Repeal in this list. Things to think about. Twister, no Volt Key. What the heck? No Volt Key? Oh my god, how do we make a list like that? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, the Dimir Lurrus decks are interestingly made, for sure. I don't know if I can keep this hand, though. Like, I could bait with Flash and then play an Oath, but is that even, like, I mean, I did that in the last game, but I had a much more stable hand. If I wait for a Black Source, I can cast a Citadel, but then I can't use my Petal on an Oath. I mean, they don't have Vault Key, so we're less at less of a risk. Mog doesn't play Vault Key? That's so bad. I don't like that at all. It's like the best part of the whole deck. I think I'm gonna hit the mulligan this hand. I don't really feel like Lurrus Saga is good enough to play without Vault Key. But that's definitely an opinion that would be contested. I hate this hand because I think like theoretically I'm supposed to keep this hand, but I don't want to. I just don't want to keep it. I have so many good draws though. I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm just gonna play this hand out. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to play this hand out. Well, I'm just gonna go Jet, Petal, Jet, Sapphire, Petal, Oath, and see what they do. I'm not gonna Flash bait because having Flash in hand lets me draw an Atraxa at any point and have it be flashable. I want to win. I want to win. I don't want to lose for the sake of losing here, but all right. What do you say about Oath of Druids? Force of Will. Fair enough. Flash is restricted because it's a broken card, and Flash would be very, very good as a 4-of in this deck. There was a while where you could have unrestricted Flash. Previously, Flash had Academy Rector combos and things like that. Opponent had Force Pitch Spell Pierce, and then they went Saga Sapphire. That's a good mold of 5. All right, well, I'm on the clock here. I have a Strip Mine, and I have Atraxas to draw to. Black Lotus is good. Brainstorm is good. Those are not going to do it. Looks like they added Vault Key to their deck, chat. It does, in fact, look like they added Vault Key to their deck. All right, well, I'm gonna put these 2 dead cards back, and then we'll fetch away and hope we get somewhere. I think having the Mana Crypt in hand is better than the land, but I could be wrong on that. The Mana Crypt seems like it would let me hit a bunch of other things. Like if I hit a land and then I hit Mana Crypt and then I can Narset into a Tinker or something. It's a lot of stuff I can hit here. Though a land would have let me keep a green source, so maybe a land is better than a Mana Crypt. Vampiric Tutor. So if I'd kept a land, I wouldn't have had enough mana after. Damn. Okay, so like what can I hit? Nothing. I can hit nothing, right? Oh, I could hit Atraxa, but I can't. No, I can't hit Atraxa off an Oath. Wait, I can still do this. I can go, but what can I get? What can I vamp for that I can find off Atraxa? Because I can play a Mana Crypt and use my Mana Crypt to play my Narsa and vamp, and then I drop, but then like what am I even hitting? I mean, I'm just supposed to do a Narset, right? And then, but the problem is I can't hit that off of it. I have no mana, right? Like, I want to vamp for like a Strip Mine would be amazing here. A Boseiju would be amazing here, but I just can't draw into it, right? So, what? Like, do I actually have outs? I think I was wrong in keeping this Mana Crypt. If I had kept the land, then I could at least, like, Narset into Ancestral. But now I can't even do that. My gut instinct was Mana Crypt, and I thought it was, like, a pretty good gut instinct, but it looks like I was wrong. Let's do a quick check here. I think there's no outs. Well, tutoring doesn't do anything because we're dead on board. So I don't know what you're asking for. Because if we go Vampiric Narset and then we have 1 colorless left, if we just go Narset, we just have 1 jet left. And like, what's the jet actually casting from here? Demonic? Demonic is the only black spell in our deck. Okay. Demonic Strip Mine then. That's our only line. Okay. I think I was wrong. I think this Mana Crypt was worse than oh, they just okay. This Moldify was quite good, huh? Yep, you got it. Yes, that's for recall. What is this lag? It's crazy. Like, I have the clock right now, but I hit F2. All right, Demonic Tutors. Any Demonic Tutors in chat? Well, I can take Force and hope my opponent draws the key. So let's do that. That's my out. My opponent did just Ancestral, so they have 4 draws to draw key here. Nope. Damn. I mean, this is the exact reason why all lists should have Time Vault key in their deck. I just can't imagine ever cutting it. It's just gonna save you so many games. Wild. Okay, not much to say. We got outdrawn heavily there. They mulled a 5, but their hand was Force, Saga, Time Vault, Ancestral, so not much we can do there. Yeah, I still don't like Negation and Petal here, and I'm gonna play. Well, they're blue-black, so I don't need to play Long Goodbye. It's like, do I want to? Oh, I guess I'm just gonna play Negation and Sphinx, right? Just gonna cut the Petal. Damn, I mean that's a crazy. I mean, opponents have cast a lot of Ancestrals. Happens. Could I have done anything differently? I mean, I could have mulliganed, right? But like, their hand was good. Their hand was an instant win condition, a counter spell, and Ancestral. It's gonna be tough to beat that most of the time, unless we have like turn 1 Oath with Force backup with Orchard, right? And maybe like you could definitely argue we were supposed to mulligan our hand. I just felt like Oath is pretty much a must counter for. I also kind of thought they might be on no Time Vault key, which would have made Oath a lot better. Um, but they had Time Vault, so if I had to pick a Bizarre deck, I would play Dredge. I don't think you can play Vine decks into the Bowmaster meta. So, damn. I don't know. Like, do we like? It was a mulliganable hand. I just felt like it had the cards we were looking for. It just had tons of fast mana. So what about the Brainstorm being bad? If I hadn't kept Mana Crypt and I had kept a land instead, we could have played Narset and hit Ancestral at least. Is that better than like playing Narset and being able to hit Demonic Tutor? I don't know. Did Oath fall off? I mean, yeah, Oath fell off for sure. Oath is like good against Lurrus Saga, blue-black, but it's not good against Lurrus Saga with white, and it's not good against like Jewel. So for a while, Oath went away, but I think Oath should be back. Like the metagame right now looks really good for Oath. I would play Oath at a tournament if my metagame was 25% blue-black Lurrus Saga, right? So you just need to be ready to beat Jewel. Yeah, I mean, this hand's good. This is the exact hand you wish you had a Bayou in your deck for. Ah, very frustrating. I mean, I could theoretically just play a fetch land and pass and vamp for an Orchard. I think that's like a little too much. I think I would rather just jam. But it's like not good, right? Because like if I don't fetch an Underground C, this, if I had a Bayou, it'd be very, very straightforward. But without having a Bayou here, I'm not sure. Like, I like the idea of jamming an Oath before they have Spell Pierce. They showed us Spell Pierce in game 1. Yeah, but I can't like vamp on my upkeep for an Orchard, right? Which is like the whole play I want to make. I want to play an Oath on turn 1, upkeep vamp for an Orchard, but I can't. I think I still like the idea of casting Oath before they have a Flusterstorm and Spell Pierces up. My opponent likes F6ing. It's very interesting. Things resolve fast. Is there still music playing? That's not good. I'm sorry. Let me turn that off. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for that. That would be annoying. Oh no, it's from the GeoGuessr. I didn't realize that had music on it. I mean, I did realize it when we were doing the GeoGuessr, but thanks for letting me know. That's not happening here. Yeah, no, I like music is great, but I can't get like demonetized on my YouTube video, you know? That's pretty good. I mean, I guess we time walk and vamp and then win. I mean, maybe it's like correct to not even get Orchard. Maybe it's just correct to get Tinker, you know? Because they can like Wasteland plus Fatal Push or something. I don't know. Like, we don't know that they have no counter magic. They did have 6, so I did kind of know they had no counter magic, but like technically this could lose if they play a removal spell. All right. They're just like cruising. They're playing fast. I like it, but it's aggressive. All right, let's try again. Will I add you? Oh, it's a public source YouTube library, maybe. Or maybe it's not. That's from 6 years ago. Oh, I really hope not. Okay. I don't know if Orchard is correct there. I think there's like some pretty reasonable reasons to get a Tinker with the way my opponent played. Like Orchard was the base level line that made a lot of sense, but Hopefully these people don't have Bowmaster right away here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna let this one go. I don't actively have a plan right now for Cage. I'm a lot more interested in. I think I have to go on their turn. But I don't really want to play into Flusterstorm, but I also don't want to overdraw. It's an interesting spot. I don't really like the idea of casting Ancestral now or on my opponent's turn, but I don't want to let them play a land and play Bowmaster, though, so... I need to... I mean, I don't know what their list has, because their list is clearly different now. It's probably like 1 or 2 Flusterstorms and some Spell Pierces, right? I can hit 3 Moxen. I could. I mean, overdrawing here is not the end of the world, but it's not, like, great for me either. I think I'm just going on their upkeep. I'm not happy about this, but... Like, if I get Flusterstormed, isn't it pretty bad for me? Flusterstorm into Wasteland or something like that? Yeah. I mean, if I fight with Forest, then it's fine. But, like, if they just let it resolve, then it could be really bad for me. Like, Ancestral draw 3, discard 2 is not great. It just feels wrong. I also, like, want to use my negation to protect it. Yeah, I'm gonna go on their upkeep here. I mean, the Citadel is a dead card at the moment, so I could, like, theoretically overdraw and pitch Citadel, but... They went for Force pitching Time Twister. All right, now I can use negation pitching Force, probably. Show and Tell technically lets us do things, like if we draw an Atraxa, so... Because Show and Tell doesn't interact with Cage. All right. This this would have been a bad Ancestral on my turn. Hopefully we don't get Wastelanded. If we don't get Wastelanded, god damn it. All right. Oh, they're not gonna Wasteland me back, or am I just Ancestral. I drew so many lands. You can't Wasteland me here, right? No, I was wrong. Not right. Did I board in Sphinxy or no? I did board in Sphinxy. Okay. Orion revealed, sure. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. Hopefully neither of them are Wastelands. Time Vault. Do we counter Time Vault? They've already played a land this turn. Do I care about possible Sleam Stripes? Like, I care, but I'm not doing anything about it, so... I'm gonna force this. There's a chance we, like, just draw nothing for this whole game anyways. I feel like that's a way we lose, so... I'm gonna force this, pitch Show and Tell. Move on with my life from there. Draw. Did not hit a land. I just feel like there's, like, a chance that we just, like, never hit a land again and we're, like, stuck underneath a thing and they finally play a Saga or something. Or they had Vault Key. The good news is they can't bring back this Time Vault with Lurrus because there's a Cage in play at the moment. Flusterstorm. Jewel is the problem? Jewel is a free matchup. Jewel is free for everyone. Saga Gaming. All right, I mean, if I don't draw my stuff fast, I am in trouble. If I draw a land, I can Demonic for Lotus and Lotus Show and Tell, though. All right, am I going to do that? 3 cards left in my opponent's hand. I can't actually tinker for a Sphinx through a Cage. That's kind of funny. All right, I'm going to do it. They'd have to have exactly loaded Force Blue card as their other cards here. Black Lotus. I mean, they're going to put a Lurrus in play, but like I said, the Lurrus doesn't do anything, so... Exclamation mark MBT. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay. I mean, they were tapped out like who plays that card though? All right, that's bad for me. For for anyone keeping track at home, I think we're gonna lose the game because I didn't play around Mind Break Trap. Yeah, because they're gonna make 2 constructs and kill us here. Damn, that's a game losing not play around Mind Break Trap. Oh wow. I mean, we had the ability to play around Mind Break Trap there. We just wait for a turn. Ah, man. I up, I guess. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to play around Mind Break Trap because I have a Flusterstorm. Yeah, I think that's me. I think I'm supposed to play around Mind Break Trap. I didn't think about Mind Break Trap at all. Shit. I can't even Tinker for a Sphinx here, which would be stabilizing because of this cage. I can do it next turn if I play an Oko this turn. But do I die? I play an Oko. I turn on. Oh, they just attack Oko. Yeah. If I play no creatures, then I do just die to 12 power and play. Like if I play a Narset looking for another show and tell, then I do die. Damn. I mean, I was supposed to wait. Yeah, I feel like that's just a misplay. I feel like that's just a misplay. Because I would have had the ability to pay for Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm with my mana. It was just wrong. I didn't think about it. I didn't play around it. That's on me. I was playing too fast. All right, so my out here is play an Oko. Oh, they got a Sapphire? I mean, that probably means they have Spell Pierce as well, right? I think they have Spell Pierce as well. All right, well. It didn't occur to me. I didn't think about it. Yeah, okay. I mean, we would have been able to play around Spell Pierce. We wouldn't have been able to play around 2 counters, but we wouldn't have needed 2 counters. All right, I guess I lost. Damn. I mean, I ended up forcing the Time Vault, and that ended up being good. I just like drew too many non-lands, and then by the time I had lands, I was 2 mana starved. Like if I didn't need to Demonic for a Lotus, then it would be fine. Like if I just had like more mana, but I didn't have more mana. All right, that's on me, I guess. Rough. Damn. All right, we're looking over this game. One thing that stood out that wasn't about the running into Mind Break Trap was the second Force of Will here. I should have pitched Tinker. I think at the time I thought I could Tinker for a Sphinx, but obviously I can't Tinker for a Sphinx. And a second Show and Tell was actually relevant if my opponent didn't have a Spell Pierce. So like pitching Tinker here is much better. It gives me 2 Show and Tells. So that way if my first Show and Tell gets countered, which it does, then on the next turn, if I were to draw a land, I could just go land Show and Tell again. So it was definitely relevant. That was a really bad misplay. But no one picked that up until right now. So that was a bad force. And then the play itself is here. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I'm ever playing around Mind Break Trap here. I think there's no way I'm ever playing around Mind Break Trap here. I think I jam into this every time, 100 times out of 100. I can't imagine I'm supposed to wait. Like the only other line is Demonic for a Lotus, play a Lotus and pass. And would I ever do that? I just can't see myself ever doing that, even if it's right. Is it even right? Does that sound right from here? Like, if you don't know, I mean, you know their hand is Lurrus, 2 unknowns. Playing around, like, having them tapped out right now means you can't get Spell Pierce or Flusterstormed. If they draw Force on the next turn, your Flusterstorm doesn't even counter a Force, right? Like, if they top deck Force for turn, Force blue card, and you demonic and you play Show and Tell, like, they just force you, and you actually can't even Flusterstorm back. So I think this play is just correct. It sucks that it didn't work, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to jam here. The play that's actually like more egregious is this Force, actually. I didn't realize how bad this was at the time. Force pitching Show and Tell here was actually a possibly game-losing play. That was really, really bad. Well, the Lotus Pass like runs into Force of Will, doesn't it? That's what we just said. Like it's time sensitive and it runs into Force of Will. Like if my opponent has a Force after, whereas if they have a Force now, they still counter us. I don't know. I just like can't imagine I ever get Lotus and Pass though. What if it gives them 2 counter spells? Think we'd be fine because of Flusterstorm. No, I'm saying that they have, like, why would you ever play Lurrus here? You never play Lurrus. Lurrus is a dead card. So they have 2 unknown cards. What if they have 1 blue card and no Force? Or what if they have 1 Force and no blue card, and on the next turn they draw it, right? Well, I don't think we have time to DT for like small mana, right? And we definitely want to get Lotus because we want to be able to beat Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm next turn. If we want, like, if we're going for a pass the turn, we still want Lotus because we still want to be able to beat Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm, and they did have Spell Pierce. So like their hand right here is probably Lurrus Spell Pierce plus 1. Maybe it's probably Lurrus Spell Pierce Mindbreak Trap, right? Can't I just play Narset? When can I play Narset? On my next turn here? Into like the Saga tokens and stuff? No, we're like the clock is ticking here. It's a little too late, right? I don't know. It feels like it's correct to play a Lotus and pass, but it just also feels like a play that I can't imagine I ever make. Yeah, I had to counter a Time Vault, but they can't bring back the Time Vault because there's a cage. So the Lurrus is irrelevant. If they force, then Narset lives. What are you trying to say? Like what are they forcing? I don't understand. I don't really understand what you're talking about the Narset line, right? I don't really understand. Oh, you want me to like DT for a Lotus and play Narset right here? And that way on the next turn I can find like a Mox off of my Narset. If I'm using my Lotus, don't I want to use my Lotus or Show and Tell? You wanted me to DT for a Lotus and cast Narset off the Lotus. I think that's what you're saying. With a Spirit token in play. Oh, play Narset on the second turn. Lotus go, and then what? Untap Narset. Lotus Pass opens you up to them drawing a Force and being able to pay for Fluster. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But the fact that they're occurring a construct on the turn, I mean, I don't think they need 2 constructs. Like, they can beat me with 1 construct here. Like, stopping them, like, if they are, like, paying for a Fluster and not making a construct, are we really winning from there? I don't really think that's the case. I guess if we draw a land, we are. I mean, even if we draw a land, are we? I'm not really sure we are. There's no way I'm playing Narset on a second turn after going Lotus Pass. I can't see that happening. If we pass, do we win? If we passed, we would have won this game, but that doesn't mean it makes it correct. No. You don't want a DT for a non-Lotus because you want your show and tell to be able to pay for Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce. If you DT for something that's less mana than Lotus, your show and tell is getting Spell Pierced. I guess then I have Flusterstorm, so you'd have to DT for a Mana Crypt. I don't really want to try to DT for a Mana Crypt here, though, either. I don't know. I feel like I like my play, but like I definitely see that like there's definitely merit in going Lotus Pass. I just... Is there enough merit for that? Like the only thing this loses to Force. I guess it still loses to Force, doesn't it? No, I mean I still think it's. I still think you're searching for Lotus, not for Mana Crypt or something like that. I mean, this line has more credit if I still had my second show and tell. It was really bad. Top deck dress down as well. I just feel like this is a jam spot. To be fair, I feel like most spots are jam spots, so I am addressing my bias here. My bias is always jam, so I'm trying to pull back my bias and look at this and see if it's like an actual mistake or if it's just bad variance. That's true. They can't loop dress down. They can't loop dress down because of Cage, right? And they can't kill an Atraxa, so I don't think dress down matters. That's fair. Yeah, but isn't Mindbreak Trap like 1 in 25% of lists too? Like is the average deck playing Mindbreak Trap? 1 Mindbreak Trap maybe is the average. I mean, I think Blue Black Lurrus Saga should be playing like 2 or 3 dress downs. I think they're wrong for playing 1 dress down. I think playing 1 dress down is just like bad deck building, to be perfectly honest with you, but 1 Mindbreak Trap, 1 Mindbreak Trap, 2 Mindbreak Traps from the Mogged list, but we already determined it wasn't the Mogged list. 2 Mindbreak Traps. I guess they're all on 2 Mindbreak Traps. So this one's on no Mindbreak Traps. I mean, it's 0 to 2 Mindbreak Traps. You think they should play 0 Dress Down? You're crazy. Dress Down is absolutely one of the best cards in Lurrus Saga. Playing less than 1 is criminal. Dress Down Lurrus Loop is just nuts. I don't know how you could ever come to the conclusion you want to play 0. I don't get it. That card is like one of the best reasons to play Lurrus. Dress Down Lurrus Loop is sick. It's mirror breaking. It means your opponent can't use their Lurrus. It kills their constructs, and you just get an infinite advantage. Like, it's great in the mirror. It's great against all these like crazy combo decks. It's good against Dooms. Like, it's great against everyone. It has like the only time Dress Down is bad is against Bazaar. Oh, you should definitely bring in Mindbreak Trap versus Oath. No. Like this Oath deck is a combo deck. Like you bring in Mindbreak Traps. If you have Mindbreak Traps, you bring them in. It kind of seems like most lists are between 1 and 2 Mindbreak Traps. Some have 0. I'm sure I could like do an actual math on the lists because we have all the lists now. But maybe I'll ask QQE to do it at some point. It kind of feels like I was wrong to jam. I mean, I can look at your list. I can tell you. All right, I'm gonna end this review segment. Let me know in the comments on the YouTube video if you think that playing around Mindbreak Trap here is correct. I'm willing to be wrong and say that I jammed too aggressively. So, all right, here we go. We determined we're pretty much dead for even like top 16 if we win. So I am going to play this out for the content, and then we will scoop our opponent in. Really, realistically, Magic Online should fix this so that I, who am dead for content or dead for top 8, should never be playing a 5-1, and they should always be playing Super Cow, and then they would just play. But until Magic Online fixes it, that's how it is. So We're battling. We're playing some mono white initiative, and our hand does not contain anything good, so we're gonna mulligan. Ooh, maybe we'll just die anyways. Maybe we'll just die anyways. What the? I wanted this. All right. This hand, I think, is still bad. I'm just gonna mulligan this hand as well. I'm looking for a turn one do something hand. This is a turn one do something hand. Keep. Flusterstorm is dead in the matchup, and Atraxa is only good if I show and tell. I think I'd rather put the Atraxa back as well. No, my opponent didn't offer me anything. My opponent just asked if I'd concede because I'm dead for top 8, and top 16. So like a totally reasonable thing to do. We're gonna play some Magic now. All right. I don't think I'm going to jam my Oath on turn 1 here. I know that that's like a. Let me go look at a mono white list. I'm like a little worried about them just waiting for a Lorien. I guess if they, yeah, I'm gonna let them play something here because I should be able to play Oath through like any taxing piece, right? Yeah, we're gonna play this match out because I want to play this match out. So Peacekeeper doesn't screw it because I play a land and I play a 5-mana Oath of Druids, so we're fine. The Thalia, Dauntless Dismantler, sure. Nice. We don't even have to blow up our Lotus. We can actually play Oath and Oko here. All right, they're super dead. I mean, they can technically beat an Atraxa, but it's tough. Not necessarily, no. But like maybe like get 10 chests or something. Yeah, like you're allowed to not do this, not do it, and you're also and like it's you're totally allowed to not like it or not do it. What I'm going to do. That's okay. I think I'm gonna turn off this Ruby. I think that's totally within anyone's rights. So we are playing for content. We got people here to watch Magic. We're gonna play some Magic. I think Mono White Initiative is not a very good deck choice in the current state of the format. So they actually had Ancient Tomb. So if they had a Lauren here, we would be in trouble. But it looks like they don't have a Lauren, and they don't have a Krakus at the moment. So we're going to get an Atraxa. I'm going to take Atraxa, Force, Oath, Mox, Fetch, and I guess Yogg-Will. We don't actually have a very good answer right now to a Caracas, though. I will give away the last code at the end of stream. Do not worry. So this Mox Ruby enters tapped. Do I want to turn off Thalia? So I'm like a little worried that if I turn off Thalia and they have a Caracas that we like, I don't think I actually have to be worried about that. Oh, I guess I have Yogg-Will this turn. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. All right, it's definitely worth turning off Thalia then. Obviously, we lose out on a land drop here, but we have a Black Lotus and a Sapphire, so. And a Show and Tell. Oh, wait, they're tapped. God damn it. All right, my bad. My fault. Chancellor, 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 White Plume, Archon. All right, well, we've won this game. I mean, I think it's still probably correct to, I think it's still probably correct, but. Oko's dying. Just get rid of the Dauntless. Maybe the Dauntless Defender doesn't matter at this point, but I don't think most things matter at this point. I am definitely going to trigger an... If Magic Online lets me, I will trigger an Oath of Druids. Yeah, but I won't scoop to you, Blueberry, because you'd have to be in a position to top 8. Walked into that one. We have to talk about realistic things. Got him. All right, Force, Show and Tell, Oath, Strip Mine. I like Strip Mine in case my... Oh, I guess Strip Mine and Besage you do the same thing. What a troll. Sure. This matchup is pretty good. You can still lose this matchup, which is pretty interesting. You'd think like an Oath deck versus a creature deck is like super Oath favored, and it's Oath favored for sure. But like, there's definitely ways you lose this matchup, which is kind of cool. So they need a Caracas this turn, and then I have a Strip Mine anyways. So, oh, they're gonna play an Archon, which is gonna jump block for a turn. That's cute. All right, they're off it. Oh wait, they can't because of the Ancient Tomb. That's too funny. All right. So on the draw, we're always bringing in 4 removal spells. And I don't think I want Sphinx. I kind of like Mindbreak Trap, but not really. Obviously, Flusterstorm is dead. I hate Citadel top, especially on the draw. And then Yogg-Will, Misstep. I mean, Misstep looks the worst, probably. I mean, like, is Narset worse than Flusterstorm, Misstep, Top, or Citadel? I don't think so. Maybe we do bring in Sphinx then, and we can just cut Narset and have a Sphinx to tinker for. It's probably fine. No. If we're cutting Citadel, we have to bring in Sphinx. Yes. Or I mean, sometimes you cut Tinker. Like I don't think it's unreasonable. On the play, like you can do different things where you like bring in Null Rod and stuff, but this is fine. I have a lot of my sideboard cards for this matchup are gone. Like I don't have Sarah's Emissary, I don't have Portal to New Phyrexia. Like I changed the deck a little bit to better reflect the current metagame. So, ooh, I hate this hand. I hate this hand a lot. I don't like this hand. It doesn't actually beat any taxing creature, and I have just like 8 dead cards. If this was a Moxen, I'd probably keep. I mean, it's a good Mold of 5, but yeah. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. This is much better. What do I want to put back from this, though? Can I put back a Mox here? And I can negate their first spell if they don't have a Chancellor? Kind of think I can. Looks pretty good. I like this spot. Ah! I mean, I'm going to hit it. That's what I kept this hand for. But it's going to feel bad if they do something more powerful after. They got me. They got me. All right. Well played. Oh, what the fuck? They played a White Plume Adventure? Question mark? Really? That card doesn't do anything. That's very confusing. Maybe they don't care because they already got the W. Oh, they got me. Sick. Active player, non-active player. Okay. I'm going to do it again next turn. I think I need to take the green land in case they... Oh, wait. I guess I'll take the blue land in case they wasteland me here. Oh, okay. All right. This game got real. They slowed me down a lot. I'm going to take a big hit. Is this card castable? This can't be right. This should be a null rod. I mean, I have a force. It doesn't actually matter, but like that should be a null rod, right? This deck can't cast Stony Silence. It's a banger play, though. They went down the Lost Well. Maybe they were looking for a Containment Priest. Kind of interesting play as well. What else you got? Got another Atraxa. Got another Solitude? Wasteland. Just don't attack for lethal. I string him along and then I just punch him in the face. Time Walk, Tropical, Lotus, good God. Oath, Oko, Dismember or Long Goodbye. I guess Dismember. Jesus Christ. Well, tracks are so broken, man. Oh. Do I even need to trigger Oath more? I might still trigger Oath more, right? Maybe I should have just played an Oath instead of an Oko. Oh, it's six. It's six to beat Jewel. That's a banger. That's sick. They're just playing 6 Null Rod effects to beat Jewel. That's cool. Oh, I don't have a basic in my deck. That's kind of funny. Yeah, we got this one. This was the good matchup. I'm surprised to see this in 4-2. I don't know, the deck can win. They're also very practiced on the deck. I'm surprised they played turn 1 White Plume here. They must have had follow-up Stony Silence, and that's why they felt okay about it, but... yeah, I can't counter that. I mean, that means we've just won, right? Because I just dismember this thing. Oh, goad. Oh, nice. Rest in peace, my mana crypt. What if I turn it into a creature again? Does it get rid of the goad or no? Anyone know? Any knowers? It does not get goad, or did we lose goad, or I'm not doing it. I'm gonna turn their stupid thing into a thing. Like that's still goaded. Okay. Oh, I hit a Sphinx. Okay. All right. Well, this game is over. I am going to concede. I have won this match 2-0. Let it be known. GG's. Can I just concede? All right. Not a bad tournament, huh? 5-2. Classic Justin X2 finish in RCQ. I've had a really hard time closing recently. I've just like really struggled to like get the X1 finish in these RCQs. Maybe they're a little bit longer. But yeah, not bad. Not a bad showing at all. All right, and that's the end of it. A nice 5-2-ish finish. Playing into Mindbreak Trap did cost us the chance of top 8ing this event, but it's not the big deal. I think overall, the level of play for this tournament was pretty good. I think it's actually funny. In the matches we lost, I felt like some of the matches I played the best. The Oath Mirror that I ended up losing, the game 2 matchup there was probably my favorite. I think that this deck is a fantastic choice into the field. I think this deck is very favored versus Blue-Black Lurrus Saga. And if people are going to continue to play that deck, this is my choice for sure. I don't think this deck is like the most fun deck of all time. You do run into some like boring play patterns, I would say, but I think the intricacies of completing a game after you've resolved Atraxa are kind of fun. Especially when you're not playing like Gaia's Blessing and stuff like that, and you're just like trying to win with what you have. I don't know. I think the main thing is this deck is good against Lurrus Saga. I would play it into the metagame. If you think there's going to be Jewel in the metagame as well, you need to properly prepare for it. By properly preparing for things like Jewel and Dredge, and Mono White, though Long Goodbye was actually great for the mirror and for Blue-White Lurrus Saga, so I'd keep the Long Goodbyes. But it's just tough because you like run out of threats. I think the only change I would make is I would cut one of these Null Rods and I would play an Energy Flux. The reason I want to play an Energy Flux is so that you have a little bit of versatility in your Demonic Tutor targets. Energy Flux is good against like the random shop decks that sometimes come up. It's also still good against Jewel and different Lurrus decks as well. But it's not as good as Null Rod is against Jewel, but I think I'd rather have the flexibility. Like, do we even play against Jewel once in this event? We didn't play against Jewel once in this event. I don't know if that means that I don't know if that means that there was a low number of Jewel or we just dodged Jewel. We'll see that when we do the data at the end though. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed 7 rounds of high stakes vintage action. I think we did pretty well today. Then the deck looked good, and I was overall happy with my play. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. More vintage content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.